Okay, so honestly, this was a pretty solid episode. I'm gonna make this review pretty quickly because I gotta go to work soon, which is kind of unfortunate. But I did like this. I did like this episode. Honestly, I think it's by far the best visually and entertainment-wise episode so far. Not a whole lot of character introductions, at least. We got the introduction of a new kaiju. If you're not familiar with him, we'll get a name for him later, but we're just gonna call him New Kaiju. So New Kaiju appears, revives all the dead ones, one-shots Kikoru just like it was nothing, because in the beginning of the episode, you see Kikoru literally taking down kaiju left and right and center like it was nothing, because her combat potential is like a what, 47%, 57%. Like, she's up there like to be elite. She's supposed to be the best of the generation. Then this new kaiju comes in out of nowhere and completely one-shots her, almost kills her, but in time Kikoru is able to save her own life using the suit's regeneration abilities, which is pretty cool. This surprises the new kaiju and says, be careful where you shoot, or be careful where your words are, because you're gonna die. And then that's when Kafka comes in and saves the day. And I think, and this pretty much takes Kikoru completely by surprise, seeing, wait a minute, Kafka's a kaiju? What? I have so many questions. And Kafka, being the silly man he is, he jokes around. He's pretty funny, to be honest, but when he's actually unleashing his full potential, his full kaiju potential, it is pretty cool. I really love how the lighting goes pretty dark and then it brightens up once he hits the ultimate finisher, and then like once there's a blood raining down, that is a pretty cool scene. Honestly, I had to double check my phone to see if my phone wasn't like tripping out, because it got really dark for a second, so I had to like check the brightness on my phone and be like, wait, is this actually real? But yeah, it was. I really love the aesthetic. I really love the theme that they're going for. Every time like Kafka uses his ability, it kind of gives like this aura, kind of like the symbiote. Like, it goes super dark and then goes super bright after using his finishing move. Honestly, I think that was pretty cool. I know I've been seeing some people complain about the episode due to the fact that Kafka's monster ability kind of looks like the symbiote from Venom. Personally, I don't mind that. I really do like how it looks. I think it feels pretty cool how this like essentially kaiju suit covers your body and enhances you. It is essentially like the symbiote suit, which is honestly pretty cool, but not really, since like it's not another person, it is essentially him. So Kafka is the kaiju, if that makes sense. Basically like wearing a costume, like another Defense Force suit, but it's like living, breathing creature. But I do love the interaction between Kikoru and Kafka. It's pretty fun, it's pretty comedic. One of the best things I like about this episode is the comedy, especially when Kafka's like begging Kikoru, please don't tell anyone, please don't tell anyone, I want to die, I'll explain everything later. That was pretty funny. I do love the interactions between Reno and Kafka, how they both make fun of each other for like saving the day, saying, hey, do not transform or you're gonna die. And I also do love Hoshina's reaction to like Kafka in the beginning of the episode, where he's mocking him for being like the silly old man, and how he just wants to pass him because he's a pretty funny guy. I mean, Kafka is pretty funny, he's a pretty silly dude, but I do love the interaction between all these characters, how the humor is up there. Like, I rewatched this in the dub, and I gotta say, it's not as funny in the dub, but the sub, like, I think the first time watching it, it always gets me, because it's pretty funny just watching it. And I do love watching this live, because it's always such a treat, like, to join in the Kaiju live stream and just watch it as it goes. It is pretty cool. Despite me being a manga reader, I am thoroughly enjoying today's today's/yesterday's episode of Kaiju. It's pretty cool nonetheless. But yeah, that's just my quick thoughts on it. I really do think it was by far one of the better episodes. We're gonna get more stuff. The new Kaiju, it was revealed it's actually like transformed into a human who's able to control other Kaijus. We don't know how or why it. I'm pretty sure it's gonna get revealed later on. But yeah, pretty solid episode. Honestly, I gotta give it a 9 out of 10. The visuals, the battle, the comedy, it's honestly by far one of the better ones. For people that have been wondering where the hell's the action, this is where the action essentially begins. So from here on out, it's literally straight action, battle. So if you're one of those people who say, oh, it's kind of boring, nah, this is where the real fun begins. And I can't really wait for next week's episode, because I am super excited, and we're four episodes in, and honestly, I think it is really good. And if anyone says this show is carried by animation, it is not. I mean, there's always gonna be people that say that about any other anime. I mean, there's always gonna be people that say that about just literally every anime ever, but no, it's a pretty good show. I like it. Anyways, do you guys agree with my thoughts? And yeah, pretty cool.